Hey guys, I'm really excited about this one. This is the Ecobee 4 thermostat. I have had this in a box and it's been very cold where I live. Now I finally got to install it and I can share it with you. This has native HomeKit support, no home bridge needed. It works directly with HomeKit as well as skills with Amazon Alexa as well as Google Assistant. So it's kind of got all three voice assistants. It also has a integrated Amazon Alexa speaker and microphone built right into it, which is cool, and a remote sensor, which we'll look at in a future video. Warning, this is a long video, 18 minutes, just under 18 minutes. It's long, but I wanted to make sure you guys got all the gory details. And with that, let's go take a look.
So this is the Ecobee 4 Smart Thermostat with room sensor and built-in Alexa voice services, which is pretty cool if I do say so. So this has actually got a microphone or multiple microphones and will allow you to access Alexa directly from here. This thermostat also supports Google Home as well as Apple HomeKit natively, which is pretty cool to say the least. Look at that. We've got the HomeKit logo. It's also got if this and that, smart things. So this is really right now one of the most interesting thermostats for me on the market because it really allows me to exist in multiple ecosystems at the same time, which is like that's where I'm living right now. Is I've got a combination of Amazon for voice, and I'm using really Apple HomeKit as my hub for my trigger, my event-based automations. And over time, I have become, I've been happy with my Nest thermostat, don't get me wrong, but the fact that it's limited to really only Google, as Nest is actually owned by Google, and Amazon Alexa, I've had to do some hacks and I've got Homebridge running, so I've got it up and running, but I wanted something that was natively integrated. I wanted something to really be able to not have to worry about editing JSON and all the other geeky techno stuff that some of us are comfortable with, but the majority of us are not. So let's take a look at this. I've already sliced it open, so we'll save you guys that. There we go. There is the thermostat itself. All right, so we've got all the thermostat pins there on the back. We've got this little guy here, this Ecobee sensor. And so what this is a remote sensor that you actually put this in your rooms around your house, and it then uses this to inform the thermostat if you've got cold areas, hot areas, those kinds of things, and give you a little more intelligence there. We've got, of course, the instructions, all that good stuff. We have got the mounting bracket and other things in the box. I'm not quite sure what else is all in here. We're gonna have to look through the instructions on that, but this, oh, look at that. You've even got a little, I don't know if you guys see the bubble here. You've got a level right within the thermostat itself. So we're gonna turn this the right side up so you can see here, if we get close enough, we've got all the wires already pinned out here. All right, so that's nice to see that we've got all the wires already available there. Should make it really easy for us. One thing to be aware of is when I originally had my Nest done, I live in an older house. It was built in the 1960s. The wiring was a complete mess. There is no way I would have been able to install my Nest thermostat without getting a professional to come in, an HVAC specialist to come in and figure out all the wiring and do it cleanly and properly for me. So if when you open up your thermostat, you look at it and the wires don't match what you think it should, please don't touch it. You're dealing with electricity. Get a professional, get a paid professional to come in and help you out. In my case, because I've already got the Nest done, all the wiring is really clean. All the labeling was done really cleanly. It cost me some money to get it done, but now that it's clean, I can change the thermostat without much of an issue. So I'm going to be putting in the Ecobee here, and then we're going to see how this turns out. So looking through the box a little more, I wanted to point this out as well. We have this nice little faceplate here that your thermostat is going to be able to lock into place on, I'm guessing, somehow. Something like that. And this is going to cover any unsightly holes in the wall you have from your old thermostats. So that's a nice piece to have. I'm actually, look at that. it will look like this. So the wires will come out probably through the wire guiding holes somehow. The snap on, the little pins here, if you can see those little pins, will snap into there, and that'll be good. We've also got a nice little instruction booklet on how to install your Ecobee room sensor, and you can actually buy multiple of these, which is also nice, right? So that's good. We have a label guide, right? Label the wires at your thermostat, label the wires at your thermostat and your control board. So if you need a C wire, you'll not need the labels below. So that's good. Okay, so it gives us a little instructions on that, how to set up Amazon Alexa voice services. All right, so we're going to register the thermostat. We're going to go and add an Alexa skill. Okay, cool. And then, of course, we've got the instruction booklet, how to install your Ecobee. And I am fairly sure that we're going to be able to look and see as well videos online of how to do this. Ecobee, I've been watching them for a while. They've got really good support. They're responsive on Twitter. They're responsive on their website. So I'm looking forward to this. Should be pretty simple.
So I saved you guys the pain of the actual install here. It went really smoothly. The wire guides worked really well. I had no issues at all. Other than the fact that you can see I got to do a little paint touch-ups here, and I probably need to re-level this thing. So it's going to ask me, we've detected the wiring. Go through this. Again, if you're not comfortable with this, if you don't know what you're doing here, get a specialist, especially if you live in a cold country like I do. You do not want your thermostat causing your house to freeze or anything like that. So we're going to go through, do we have any accessories installed? I do not. So it's kind of cool that we can do this whole setup here from directly from the thermostat itself. We don't have to go and hit an app first. So do I have air or geothermal? Sorry about the shaky camera here. I hope this is not too painful for you guys, but I want to make sure you got the whole experience. And then here is how is your OB rewiring. So if we can read this here, it says if you're still not sure, choose on cool after installation, turn on equipment if cool air comes on. So I can tell you that I did indeed have to go back and fix this because I wasn't sure. So I tried it, tested out the heat, and figured out that yes, my heat pump and aux heat to run simultaneously. I can enable that or disable it. Set this to disable if natural gas or oil is the aux heat pump. So I do have natural gas, so I'm going to make sure that's hit to disable. Configure the compressor minimum outdoor temperature. Will not run below this outdoor temperature. 1.7 for an air-to-air heat pump. So we'll take the recommendation here. What kind of heating do you have? Again, these are the questions that you kind of have to have an answer for. It just is what it is. If you're not comfortable going through this, please hire a professional. Get someone who can help you with this. This is not something you want to mess up. So now we have gone through that, and we can say, okay, what do we want to call this? I will call this main floor because that's where this thermostat is. And now I can set this up on an iPad. I can select a Wi-Fi network, or I can skip Wi-Fi setup. So it's now going to tell me, okay, on your iOS device, go and do this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go flip over to the iPad now, and we will set this up. So here we are over on the Ecobee iOS app, and it'd like to have access to my camera. I'm not quite sure why, but so it wants to access. So this is what the installation would look like. Okay. So we'll go through this real quick. You can see here, like I said, this is one thing I really like about Ecobee, is having been watching them for a while. They're quite thorough on making sure you have videos available. There's a lot of support here. So if you're a little bit of a DIY and you are comfortable with this stuff, they're really going to hold your hand through this process. So we're going to go through again, follow the process a little bit, more videos. This is pretty cool. Check for compatibility. This is something you should have done hopefully before you bought the thermostat, but just in case, they will take you through that here. So now we can remove the cover, identify your wiring. So this is kind of cool. This is why we said, hey, we're going to give you access to our photos so we can actually take those pictures. Integrated right into the application is select your wiring so we can identify the wiring and make sure that you are indeed compatible and that there's nothing crazy going on. So you can go through and select the wires that you have on yours. Great, you have a C wire. So that little piece in the package is the power extender kit in case you don't have a C wire. Label your wiring. So we've got the little labels for the wiring. Now we connect the Ecobee, remove the old mounting plate, and we just go through this. As you can see, this is kind of a process. You're probably going to have at least give yourself close to an hour to get through this process. I'm going through it fairly quickly here, but again, we've got checkpoints. I really like the attention to detail and how much that they help the do-it-yourselfer who may not be comfortable installing a thermostat actually helps us do that. So finally, now we're at the end. Power your system on. We already saw this. We get the high. Congratulations, you've successfully installed your Ecobee. So what we haven't done yet is we have not actually connected this to the Wi-Fi. So let's go do that now. So we're going to go over on our iOS device and we're going to go to the Wi-Fi settings. And we're going to select that Ecobee, whatever your serial number is, and click next. So what this is going to do is going to transfer your Wi-Fi settings from your iPad or iPhone directly over to the Ecobee device. So really makes it really easy to get this thing up and running. There we go. It's now connected, so we can see that. We'll click next. Current mode of your HVAC system. I want it to be at heating because it's winter here in Canada. I'm going to click next. So now we're going to go back over on the app at the same time here, just to save a little bit of time. We're going to say do some of the setups. And what I'm really looking for is this registration code. So we're going to have to get through this initial setup again of what is the temperature during the summer. So I want to say it's going to be 23 degrees during the summer, Celsius. Do I want to enable smart home and away? Absolutely, I do. This is going to save up me some money. And what country am I in? I am indeed in Canada. Definitely got to fix the paint job on this guy. Where am I located? So I'm going to go and try to find Montreal. There we are. Requesting the registration code. And now we should see on our Ecobee here, there's a little bee, cute little animation, as this is going across the web and requesting our registration code. There we go. There's the registration code. Of course, I'm going to blank out my registration code as well as the username and password. I know I'm going through this stuff fairly quickly, but I want to give you guys that whole experience so you can really see what it is that you're going to be getting through. Access to HomeKit data. Yes, this will get us your home data within your Apple HomeKit ecosystem. Weather, we're actually going to give it access to our location so that it can tell where we live and get our local weather forecast, which is kind of cool. So I'm also going to not show you my street address. Home IQ. This is very similar to the Nest reports that I was getting with my Nest thermostat. I think at least it's going to be. What kind of home type do you have? Home size, number of floors. My home was built in. So you're going to put in all this information so that Ecobee can give you a report and try to help you have make the most out of your cost savings, I guess. So as I mentioned, there is Amazon's digital assistant Alexa built right into the Ecobee 4 thermostat. So we can link this in. This is not a skill that you're going to add that allows you to have Madam A connect to your Ecobee and control her, but this is actually being able to talk to your thermostat and use Amazon's digital assistant on your thermostat directly. So it's just another place in your house to be able to ask her some questions, get some help out. Really just use the digital assistant there. We're now going to be loading the thermostat and look at that. We are good to go. So I'm not going to do a full tour of the app, although it's got a lot of bells and whistles, which is really cool. We're just going to go straight over to the iPhone app. In that I actually couldn't set up the HomeKit on my Apple iPad app, so I'm not sure what quite happened there, but it is what it is. I didn't get this add thermostat here. I didn't get these settings on my iPad, so we're going to go in. We're going to say add thermostat. We're going to add it to my home. We're going to, of course, choose the main floor. If you had multiple of these in multiple different places linked to your account, you would be given an option there. And away we go. We can use the HomeKit setup code, but I'm just going to type this in manually. So after typing in the HomeKit code manually, we're going to add this, adding with no problems, as you can see. We're going to put this in the appropriate room. So this is in the hallway. We can change the device name if we want to. I'm going to leave it for now. I'll go and change it later within the Apple Home app. And then we've also got scenes that we can add there as well, which is kind of cool. So now let's go over to the iPad again and check out what this looks like from an Apple Home app perspective. So here we are back on the Apple Home app, and we're going to give you the HomeKit tour now. So one of the first things I wanted to point out is that this no response, that was my old Nest thermostat that I was using through Homebridge. Nest did not want to support HomeKit, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I wanted something that was native to multiple ecosystems. So as you can see here, the Ecobee is exposing an occupancy sensor. So we're going to call this the main floor occupancy, and we're going to allow, we could allow notifications if we wanted to, so someone is home. We've got a motion detection motion sensor as well. And this is kind of cool, as this could actually be used to turn on the lights. So I'm pretty excited that I might be able to take a Philips Hue motion sensor out of this hallway and reuse it somewhere else in my house. So that is kind of cool. And last but not least, we have the thermostat itself, where we can change the heat. We've got a humidity in here, desired, and what it is currently. I've got my units. I can change the hallway it's in, all that good stuff. What's really cool, this is one of the things that I really like about the HomeKit system, is that my experience between the Nest and the Ecobee really doesn't change as far as the HomeKit ecosystem and how I interact with it, the types of automations I'm able to do, what's exposed. It's a consistent experience, which is kind of cool, as I can change my thermostat and not actually have to relearn how it works. That's pretty impressive. That's basically it. It is a thermostat and it just works. It integrates beautifully into HomeKit as well as other ecosystems. We'll look at doing videos on that. It exposes the occupancy sensor. It's got the motion sensor, and really it's kind of slick and it just works. What more can I say? If you found this useful, thumbs up is always nice. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and please check in the link below. There is a coupon code for the Udemy course if you're interested in learning how to make your house just a little bit smarter.